Hey there and welcome to the channel. You're watching The Lion in My Library. Sorry if the sound quality totally sucks on this. I'm trying to figure out a better microphone to use for these screen recorded videos, but I haven't quite had the time to do that yet, so I will take care of that. And I have heard feedback that it's not the best, but we have to cross that bridge when I have time for it. So in the meantime, today we're going to be ranking books 1 through 11 of the Dresden Files, which is where I am right now. I finished up Turncoat just a couple days ago, and I'm taking a break from the series for now and hopping back over to the First Law world standalone novels, because I didn't want to just blaze through the entire series in 2 months, so I took a quick break. I'm enjoying it too much to want to read that fast, if that makes sense. I want to enjoy it a little more. So, also, I want to say up front that I've enjoyed basically every book in this series so far. So this isn't talking trash on any of them. This is S through D ranking as compared to just this group of books. So if I put a book in D tier here, it doesn't mean that I think that it's the worst book ever. It just means that compared to the other Dresden Files books that I've read, it is D tier. So with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and jump into book 1, Stormfront, which I think right out of the gate is at least top of A tier. I think that it is a very strong open, very fast-paced. I mean, if you saw my review of it, I think very highly. And then moving on to the next book, this is going to be at the opposite end, C tier. It might even drop down to D tier. In fact, it probably will drop down to D tier as I continue to put these on. We're going to go ahead and put Grave Peril right in B tier. It'll move around a little bit as we put more books on, but actually it's going to move around right now. I'm going to go ahead and drop Summer Night, top of B tier. It might even be bottom of A tier. Funny story about Summer Night, and I'm going to get to this when I do the review of it eventually. But for those who have watched my previous reviews of Dresden books, I actually read the first 4 all at once about 8 months ago, and took a break after Summer Night. The thing is, I don't know if I had COVID or if I was just like super sleep deprived when I read that book, but I didn't remember reading it, and I remembered absolutely nothing that happened in it until I reread it because I thought I hadn't read it. And I kept being like, oh no, I've read this. Oh no, I've read this. And going ahead and getting to the next section and thinking, okay, I'm caught up to where I've read now. And then getting all the way to the end of the book and being like, oh yeah, no, I definitely read this entire book before. It was the strangest experience and it has never happened to me before, so that was interesting. The next is Death Masks. And we're going to go ahead and put this one in A tier as well. Yeah, I'm okay with that one. The Fallen the introduction of the Fallen and how much they drive the plot, I really like. Maybe the story itself isn't the best in Death Masks, but I really like the story elements introduced, and makes me want to move Summer Night up, too. We'll see. We'll make this a good bell curve at the end, because I have a feeling I'm going to want to rank them all in A tier, and can't do that. Next up, we have Blood Rights, which is another one that I want to put in A tier. I have a feeling that I am rather alone. I haven't done a lot of looking into it, but I have a feeling I'm rather alone in liking this book so much among Dresden fans, but I really enjoyed it. It worked for me well. So I may be alone in this one, but I'm going to go ahead and put Deadbeat solidly at the top of S tier, and it is purely because of the T-Rex. Those who have read it know that scene alone wins it the S tier for me, because it's just so ludicrously awesome that it definitely earns that top spot, in my opinion. Okay, Proven Guilty. Proven Guilty, I think, is gonna go... You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and drop it at the back of B tier. Move that down to the front of C tier. My reasoning here is, well, I really enjoy the character development in this book. It's not a plot that particularly stands out to me as far as Dresden books goes. As far as Dresden books go. So, with all that in mind, I feel comfortable putting it here in B tier. So I'm gonna go with White Knight. I'm kind of torn because the majority of the book I would put in C tier, but that ending though is like, as far as epicness, the only ending that compares to White Knight is Summer Night so far. Just a big old massive battle, which you don't see often at the end of Dresden books. I guess Deadbeat technically has a big old battle too, but most of the big battles happen off screen in this series. That it's the ending. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna drop Full Moon down. I'm gonna move Proven Guilty right here. There we go. We got a nice bell curve showing up. And Small Favor, I think, you know what? I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to do that. Small Favor I'm going to put right there. I really love the introduction of Demon Reach as a setting, and I really love what he's doing with the island, and I'm really curious to see where it goes. And a lot of the other elements in... Oh, why did I put White Knight so high? Oh, the battle, duh. Ooh, Okay, I'm committing. We're gonna put White Knight down in C tier. We're gonna put Small Favor above Proven Guilty. And I feel pretty comfortable with that. Turncoat is another hard one. This is gonna be either A or S. Now I'm gonna put it top of B tier, and I'm gonna bump up Summer Night. There we go. Turncoat, very solid entry. Obviously, right there, leading the pack of the middle. However, most of what it does that's so solid is set up for get me really excited to read changes. It was really hard, a lot harder than I was expecting to take a break after Turncoat. I think I would have had an easier time taking a break after Small Favor, because Turncoat definitely got me excited to see what was next, especially knowing that I was right there in front of what is apparently, from what I've been told, I have no idea what happens in it, so please don't spoil it in the comments, but it is apparently the best book in the series so far. I actually don't know how it is compared to Battlegrounds, but yeah. I'm very excited to see where this series continues to go. It's honestly been a wild ride and is hands down one of my favorite fantasy series of all time now. But yeah, I gotta take that break. I gotta do more than just Dresden. But yeah, so there it is. That's my ranking of the first 11 books of the Dresden Files. Feel free to disagree if you want to. Let me know in the comments. If you want to as well, please consider liking this video and subscribing. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter at The Light in My Library, where I post my upcoming schedule and just chat with people about books. And you can follow me over on Twitch, where I live stream classic games every Tuesday and Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, and every other Sunday at noon. So thank you for tuning in today and watching my video, and hope you all have a good one.